Does he remind you of a, not quite built like him, but plays smooth like him? Nice jump shot. Cagey. Chris Gent.
Chris Gent, now the assistant coach with the Lakers, I believe. There's a little bit of that in him. I think Chris Gent, that is, was a fiery personality. He was getting up and in, and more three-point threat. As much as this guy can shoot it, and it's very hard, like we've always talked about, to compare players from era to era, but I see where you're going in that direction. Gee, Chris Gent, boy, was that guy fiery.
Crawford thought about the three ball. He's got the mismatch with Abercrombie. He likes the look of. Jordan Crawford displaying his tricks, and Marcus Lee grabbed onto the rim.
No, it's going to be foul on Lamb.
Process a foul.
Yeah, on the rebound, Lamb is a little late trying to box out and just moved in to Lee. Have a look here and just pushes him underneath the basket.
And that's why Marcus Lee had to grab onto the rim. Displaying his tricks, and Marcus Lee has he keeps.
No, it's going to be foul on Lamb.
Possession.
Yeah, on the rebound, Lamb is a little late trying to box out.
Sean McDonald stepping back and connecting again.
Tough. Shawnee from deep water is a real problem. Very opportunistic. Doesn't take bad shots. His shooting percentage is based on coming off the offense and just being very efficient.
Rupstavicius backing down on Crawford, who keeps on fighting. Lee swatted it away.
Good help.
And Crawford tossed it into double coverage. Like a certain quarterback who was in action before we came on air, Damon.
Yeah, bad luck about that one, Joe.
Anthony Lamb off to Abercrombie. He couldn't connect. Cheatham had a nervous moment at the top of the three-point line, almost walked. Rupstavicius, yes! Of course he did. He's been lights out since he moved into this starting lineup. And Scott Roth calls timeout after seeing that one drop.
A little bit of Chris Gent.
No, that had a lot of Chris Gent.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Caught Milton Doyle helping out. Milton Doyle saw there was a potential mismatch on the block, went to no man's land, and got caught out on the swing, closed out too short, whack.
So the Breakers have dragged it back to 4 points, 29-33. Zylan Cheatham back into the starting lineup for the first time since returning from injury. Caught up with Nerily Meadows pre-game.
You were huge, particularly late in that win against Brisbane. Can you just tell us what that's done for your confidence personally?
It does a lot. I mean, obviously sitting out of 8 weeks, not being able to play and compete with my guys was tough, but coming back, letting them get me in the rhythm, and being able to finish the game like that definitely meant a lot.
Were you surprised yourself by how well you finished?
I don't really get too surprised at stuff. I mean, I work really hard, so I kind of expect certain things, but I was really just happy to get the win for real.
As a team as a whole, 3 wins in a row, feeling like you're getting the season back on track. What's clicking at the moment, do you think?
I think we just kept believing. Everybody counted us out. We just kept working. We knew we had some injuries and stuff that happened, so we just kept working, kept believing, and I think it's coming together now.
They're a little undermanned, particularly in the big department. Can you expose that today?
We'll see. I mean, we're going to play our game plan. We're going to execute, try to play hard, match their energy, and we'll see what happens.
So Zylan Cheatham, great to have him back. We know what he can do in times of highlights. He said they're trying to match their energy. Well, he's a big part of doing that.
And I think they got to do a better job of getting him more involved. He's 0 for 2. He's had 2 shots. One of them was a 3. I like to see him get down low and use his athleticism and not just wait for the game to come to him.
Yeah. And I don't know what players and teams sometimes here. I don't know anyone that's counted him out.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. Because I really like this team and just had to deal with some adversity. 0 of 6 now for your little man, Damon.
Yeah.
Oh, Milton Doyle cruising through the defense, and Lee taps it home.
And that's where Lee is at his best. He's got 4 scores around him. Going to be a few misses unless Shawnee's shooting. And Lee just, all he got to do is crash the glass. Keep it alive.
Jackson Cartwright halfway through this second period. Can he hit from downtown? Bottom of the net.
What's the scouting report say, Drewy?
No, it wouldn't be to go underneath and let him shoot threes.
It couldn't be.
Man's a bucket waiting to happen. He can beat you in so many different ways in that pace, but off the ball, an offensive foul. Again, it's on the screening action on the weak side. It's a couple of times we've seen in this one that the screening actions brought about a turnover.
And that bought Shawnee going under that ball screen, bought him a seat on some Tasmanian wood.
Some of the best wood in the land, I would have thought,
It
Dane.
is nice. What is it? Ash? Something
Yes,
ash.
Tasmanian ash,
That's the one.
absolutely. His Beaches couldn't hit. Maybe some jarrah. They got some jarrah down there.
Yeah, a little bit of that stuff, all that sort of stuff. Mind you, we're not overly keen on tearing down trees, but anyway.
Here's Zylan Cheatham, who almost tears down the rim.
Very bouncy. That's his bread and butter, and the way in which he can run the floor.
So 1 point ball game. Lee on the turnaround.
Okay, I love that because I know this is the era that the big man, they don't like that, Drewy. They don't like the big man playing 6 inches from the basket. But when Marcus Lee saw that mismatch, he went straight to the front of the rim and demanded the ball, and then it's the easiest of jump hooks.
He's 5 of 5 from the field, Marcus Lee, for his 10 points. Cheatham for 3. Shooting it well before his injury, up around 60%. The early part of the season, Zylan Cheatham hasn't had any luck since he came back as yes. They try and go to Lee again.
Pink 17.
I'm loving the chess match. This is going to get Kid Vicious subbed out as we look at the Harvey Norman replay. And Zylan out in transition. You don't want no parts of that.
Well, originally I thought it was a switch that got that mismatch, but it seemed like that Rubes Stavicius was guarding Lee. When you've got that type of mismatch, you need to front it. He's checked out of the game now as they run the switch and they go back to it.
Arthur guarding Lee this time.
Lee's got to be more aggressive. He caught it right in the middle of the paint. He's got Liafa on him. And
Liafa's a tough cookie, but
wow, there's a bit of a size difference there.
he's given away a good foot.
Yeah, Marcus Lee ain't never been that scorer, that mentality. I would love to see him adopt more of it because he could be so much better.
He's got 10 points in the early going here. Anthony Lamb can't connect and add to his 11. He leads all scorers in this ball game. 3 minutes remaining in this opening half. Jackie's by 3. McDonald outside again.
You know what? I'm seeing Bryce Cotton, the way he gets defended when you look like he wants to come off a handoff, so you jump in front, so they go kind of like a bit of a back door. You out of the play, then it's a catch and shoot. You're almost better off letting him get it and then just let the help make him take it out of his hands.
Lamb works his way to the cup and gets fouled on the way through. McDonald at the other end is 3 of 3 from downtown.
What ungodly percentages he's shooting on the season?
50%. So
Look at this.
He's 29 of 58 on the season.
And that's a penalty for Parker Jackson Cartwright flopping. There was not a lot of contact. He flops to try and get to the offensive foul. A good shooter, and Sean McDonald finds himself wide open, and he penalises the flop.
We're going to have a little meeting with the little big man society.
Gonna haul him in.
Yeah, have to
Get
have
him
a
into the
meeting with these
boardroom.
guys. Yeah, it's only a little room, but it's still.
Circle up.
Hey, you know what it is? It's a highly talented room, that's for sure, based on what we've seen this season.
Low ceiling in that particular room. Drimmick drops it off the lead. This time he does go up with it. Can't connect. Drimmick tried to tap it home. Down to the 2-minute warning in this first half. Cheatham calls for Jackson Cartwright to move off the ball. Steps back. That won't go. Jackson Cartwright's 2 of 6. Crawford at the other end is 0 of 6. So the 2 star point guards not having much luck on the scoring front as Doyle misses one.
Ooh. He's now 1 of 6 himself, so between him and Jordan Crawford, two of their main pieces on the offensive end. They're 1 of 12.
Doyle had a good outing last time out, 18 points, 8 of 15 from the field. Jackson Cartwright underneath to Cheatham, who pushed off.
If you wanted to challenge this, if you Modi, Drummond did a good job of leaning forward, saying, is there something on the floor? Do my shoes need tying?
Well, here it is. You see. Now, there's first of all, he's holding, and then he pushes off. That is not challengeable because he will lose that challenge.
All right.
That's his third. Oh, that's an expensive one.
Oh, no, that means the zone is here.
Yang back out there. Cheatham takes a seat.
But like you say, Drew,
goes to a man.
Is it the sky?
Yeah, they're just trying to be disruptive. They show a zone, 1 or 2 passes, and then they go back into their man-to-man.
You get a snooze timeout. Breakers down by 3. Minute 12 remaining in this opening half. Tassie led it by as many as 12 in the opening term. The Breakers have surged their way back into it, riding a 3-game winning streak into this contest, but they've lost their past 8 games in this venue. Zylan Cheatham with 3 fouls. Bit of a concern for Modi Mayor at the moment. So a little bit to work through for Modi Mayor at the timeout, as there is for Scott Roth. Basketball fans, don't miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to access the world-beating Chicago Bulls of the 90s. Luke Longley, Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen coming down under for the No Ball Tour in 2024. We are in 2024. It is this year.
The big man department of arguably the greatest team ever assembled.
NBL.com.au/no-bull is the place to go for tickets and all the information. Coming to Hobart, Melbourne and Sydney in February 2024. So they'll be convening the big man department once the little big men have left the room.
Yeah, their meeting room is a little bit different than ours.
A couple of floors up. Cheatham's going to continue to sit with this time remaining in this first half. This is the last game of this round in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Intriguing round. So many results to get us through to this New Year period. The Arthur misses. Matiang keeps it alive. The floor wipers are going to be required.
Good hustle by Matiang, who started but has only played a little over 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes in the contest, and at the time good energy play just to slap it out and get another possession for his team.
So a 1-score game. Oh, nice. Terrific feed from Jackson Cartwright. Leafa couldn't hit, but Matiang cleans it up.
2 great offensive sets by the Breakers, and Mangone both times cleaned it up. Rewarded himself on that second one.
Jackson Cartwright with the hand in. They play a high-risk defense, New Zealand. Generate so many opportunities from it. And a foul down low.
This guy, Anthony Lamb, don't forget, he's only 25 years old. He's not a finished product. Yes, he's got a great NBA body, got NBA experience, but just, you see little things he does. He might miss a box out here and there. Modi got to take him by the scruff occasionally, but his individual skill set is elite. And Jack McVeigh, you got your hands full. I don't know, do you send a double down there, Drew? What do you do?
Well, if you get caught behind like he did there, you could see he was trying to work his way to the front to deny, because Lamb is really tough around the basket. He can put the ball to the deck, but if he does catch it, then absolutely you're going to need some help. But I think of this Jack Jumpers team, McVeigh is probably the best equipped to deal with him, but you can't do it individually these days. You need to have your schemes and your concepts in place, because if it just becomes you're required to shut someone down, it's difficult.
Tied at 40, Milton Doyle goes to work. He can't hit. Ball out of play, it'll stay with Tassie. 10.5 remaining in this first half. New Zealand had a chance to take the lead through Anthony Lamb at the free throw line. They haven't led in this opening half so far, and trailed by as many as 12. There's some confusion between the score bench and the referees will have the inbound rerun.
Hang on. When was the timeout asked for? Was it already in plan? It was already in minute. We can't have a timeout once the play started. We can't have a timeout. Green ball.
Well, the biggest issue that Jack Jumpers have had in this second quarter is the turnovers. We spoke about both teams, no turnovers in the first quarter. Well, the Jack Jumpers, they've made up for it. They've had 8.
Very un-Tassie-like. Drimmick, ball in his hands as we get toward halftime. McDonald's 3 of 3, can't make it 4 of 4. And New Zealand and Tassie cannot be split at halftime on New Year's Day. We thought it would be a terrific contest coming in. Tassie trying to rebound, New Zealand on a 3-game win streak. And we've been treated to a very good game indeed. Tied at 40 at halftime. Let's go to Nerily Meadows.
Anthony Drimmick alongside me. This is a battle on your hands at the moment. You're up by double digits. They've fought their way back into it. How did you see it?
Yeah, every game's a battle. Look at the ladder right now. Everyone's fighting to get in that top 6. So, we've got to pick it up defensively. And I think we'll be all right.
You're obviously undermanned in the big man department, but Lee is standing tall. Have you been impressed with his first half?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's what Marcus can do, A few games he's been in foul trouble, but he's a beast down there, so we'll keep going with him.
All the best in the second half.
Thank you.
Right now, it is the Tassie JackJumpers who are up by double digits in this first half. It is all even, 40 points apiece. We have a game on our hands. The New Zealand Breakers looking for their 4th win in a row. Don't go anywhere. We'll have first half highlights after this short break.
Bunnings is backing the next generation of ballers. Today we're going to have a heap of fun. I'm going to surprise a family. They're huge basketball fans and they love the Phoenix. I'm going to jump in the car.
Hello.
We're going to head down to John Cain Arena and we're going to have a blast. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Ah, God love you. How about those shirts? You like them?
Yeah.
The Bunnings Ballers.
Can I ask you a question?
My word, you can.
Is it true that you held the most score for 11 years?
I did. 11 seasons in a row. I was the leading scorer, but that was a long, long, long time ago, my friend. Hey, Meso, give me some love, brother. I thought you could wave this sign and maybe get the whole crowd to chant out, defense! Defense! Now, you might be saying that, but I just want you to know, in your head, you got to realise it's all about the offense.
Yeah.
It's all about shooting threes, getting to the rack, dunking on people. That's really what we want to see.
My name is Zylan Cheatham. I'm born in South Phoenix, Arizona. I classify myself as a cool person. I'm very chill, calm.
Here's Cheatham! Welcome back. Welcome back indeed.
But loud and energetic at the same time. Introverted but extroverted. Just a guy who's very passionate about what he does. Will do anything to win. Swiss Army knife in terms of being able to do multiple things, impact the game in multiple ways, and a high-level competitor when it comes to basketball. Growing up in South Phoenix, it's a gang-driven area. There was a lot of just violence and drugs, shooting, all that type of stuff. So this is what you're seeing every day. I mean, you get out of school, you're exposed to this. You go to the corner store, you're exposed to this. Basketball was pretty much my savior, I like to say. It kind of gave me something to look forward to, gave me something to keep myself out of the streets. And once I gravitated towards it, I just never let it go. I've seen people go the other way, classmates, family members. Me overcoming that and turning it into what it is now, man, it's a blessing. I put God first, more than thankful, and obviously got to give myself some credit for some of the decisions I made and didn't make, so just proud of myself for sure. I had kind of seen some NBL games. Obviously, I know about the rising stars, the LaMelo Balls, RJ Hamptons, and those guys that came up, but they didn't really know too much. I got a call from my agent and Modi. Both wanted to talk about what I was going to do next year. And really just hearing Modi explain how he sees me as a player, what he wants me to do, and the impact that I could have on the city, it kind of made it an easy decision for me. Obviously, I was coming in, didn't really know much about New Zealand. I kind of like the Z or whatever. I mean, it's consistent with my name, but it was really an experience. I just had to basically just go. I mean, trust my gut, trust my coach, and trust that I'm making the right decision. I feel like I did so far. The league has been getting a lot more NBA attention. I really think it gives me a good chance to be put in a positive light for NBA scouts, but I really like to be present where my feet are. So I really want to try to win a championship, trying to be the best basketball player I can be, and we'll see what the future holds. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, he's a great story, Zylan Cheatham, and it's great to have him back for the Breakers. They're certainly enjoying it. Great contest what we've got at halftime too. 40 apiece. They cannot be split. Tassie and New Zealand. Joel Peterson, Damon Lowry, Andrew Gaze, fresh out of the Mitsubishi with us here at halftime. Let's take a look at our Hungry Jacks highlights. And Anthony Lamb's had himself a day, Damon.
Has he ever? Great first half by Anthony Lamb. The pick and roll game, but first let me say, he took a spray from Modi Mayor early in the first quarter, and this is him now coming out responding to that spray. Getting himself on the rim, creating plays. He doesn't always have to score, but this pick and roll right here, this is a major problem for everyone in the league, because what do you do when he pops out? He can knock the three ball down. He loves this one-on-one game, this mid-range, post-action, and one. He's a complete offensive scoring machine, Anthony Lamb. He just needs to stay on the floor as we look at his Blackmore shot chart. And like I said, he's a handful around the basket. 1 3 ball, but I'm sure that won't be his last.
He's got all the moves, but he's got the patience, he's got the discipline to go with it. He's got such a varied and wide arsenal. He's brought so much to this New Zealand team. Marcus Lee was a big question coming into this game, Gazy, because no Will Magnay. He stepped up in the first half.
He did. He's got the 10 points, he's got the 6 boards, and he's been efficient, as you can see, 5 of 6 around the basket. And
you know, for a guy that fouls quite regularly, he's done a reasonable job, albeit the one moving screen of staying out of foul trouble. And they're going to need him at both ends of the floor, because when you see with some of the switching that goes on with the jack jumpers, for him, when you those mismatches, him coming over to provide that help is going to be vital. But certainly a really good start for Marcus Lee.
Well, they've led throughout, Tassie. They led by as many as 12 points. They just haven't had anything from Milton Doyle. 1 of 7 in that first half.
And I thought when he started the game off with his nice little patented runner down the middle, I thought, okay, here we go. Because like I said, he's had a bit of a slow burn since he's been back from America. And it's just not falling for him right now. I don't know what it is. He's not that type of energetic kind of a guy that's going to get himself fired up. But his teammates might have to help Milton Doyle get his groove back.
They've still got plenty of firepower, the Jackies. They're tied with New Zealand at halftime, 40 apiece. Second half is next.
Time in Hobart on this New Year's Day, and these two teams have given us a treat to kick off 2024. New Zealand and Tassie cannot be split at halftime, 40 points apiece. Joel Peterson, Damon Lowry, Andrew Gaze with you. Nerily Meadows is courtside.
Check.
And Jordan Crawford, who is yet to hit a field goal and has 4 turnovers in the game now.
He's having a stinker. This is just a flat-out stinker.
Continues his struggles. Cheat them from the corner. Breakers haven't led in the ball game thus far.
All right, let me ask you this, Drew. 40 to 40. This is quality basketball, in my opinion. Yes, there's some sloppy turnovers, but this is some 2 quality teams slugging it out. Who should feel better about their state of affairs right now?
Well, it's an interesting question, but right now I kind of like the way New Zealand are going about it, and we know that the Jack Jumpers are down a couple of players, but the fact that you look at Doyle and there's another nice pull-up, had him on skates.
First lead of the game.
Parker, Jackson, Cartwright starting to get into it, but the form of Doyle and Crawford would be ringing alarm bells for the Jack Jumpers. They need them, just even one of them, to get going.
Crawford misses from the elbow. They are 1 of 14 combined. And that was Milton Doyle with the very first bucket of the game. Beaches with the left hand. Won't go, but Trimick got a hand in there to try and disrupt it. The points will count.
What a luxury to have. I mean, Modi his squad is so deep. They're putting pressure on the rim, as you can see there, Jim grabbing the net.
Unlucky.
To be able to start a 21-year-old next star and not lose an absolute beat.
Oh, gee. Phil Doyle was lucky not to get called for the offensive foul there, just pushed off.
Doyle dispatches Jackson Cartwright, but the breakers come up with the rock. Rupstavicius has got position down low. Lamb with 15 in that first half.
Be careful, okay?
Frustrations. That's Jordan Crawford and Milton Doyle, who have both told the Lithuanian, get out of here.
That's just... See, that's what's happened is Rupstavicius has done a good job on the box. Not a lot of it, but down low, and he just didn't want to get beat down low with that size mismatch, so took the gamble and fouled. And this is a tardy start by the Jack Jumpers.
I don't know if any players will admit this.
It's just a hold. It's 2 fouls where I'm not sure what Crawford was thinking. Now it's his 4th, so
wow.
Sit down.
That is significant.
Yeah, my little big man is 0 for 2024 as PJC goes in there and just doing whatever he wants. I wonder how many guys in the league would get personally offended by a 21-year-old as Jack McTray knocks down a triple. Would you get offended, Drew, if a 21-year-old was giving you the business?
No, not really, because at 21, it's not like some of them when they're 17 of 18. This is not your typical, real, genuine... Now, I know he's a rookie in this league, but he's had some experiences...
Euro League.
In the Euro League, so it's not one that he comes in underprepared. And that's just all too easy.
5-point Breakers lead. You can hear Odi Mayor screaming on the sidelines. String floats that home.
That's too easy. Again, it's Mathiang just very deep on that on-ball screen.
Jackson Cartwright, Mathiang, Rupstavicius, Lamb and Cheatham out there. Jackson Cartwright can't connect that time. Trimick goes flying. He just tangled legs with Cheatham on the way up the floor. 1 possession game. Tassie by 12 in the early stages at 20-8.
Oh, my goodness.
And Sean McDonald, you just can't leave him out there.
Wow. Sean McDonald, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Talk about a breakdown, Drew.
Well, they sent the double team down low. Now, it came late, and because it came late, there was no ball pressure, and the weak side rotation was poor, and they left the wrong guy wide open.
He's been dynamite from outside. Mathiang puts a lid on it underneath.
I think he's going to go to the line to shoot another one as well. Harvey Norman replay gets partially blocked on the first one. There's the wide open. The rotation's poor. In fact, there was none. And there's the block. But on the second attempt, it's Marcus Lee who got dunked on and fouled.
Now, I get it. You want to stop the layup, you want to stop the dunk, but it can't be 3-point plays. So now, here comes KRS. Fabian Krizovic checks in. They undersized with a lot of time left in this second quarter. So we'll see what kind of chess move Modi will make now. Will you still stay with Mango out there? Because now that Tassie's gone small, we'll see.
Two of the best coaches in the business doing battle this afternoon in Scott Roth and Modi Mayor. Some headaches for both of them to navigate. Breakers in charge at the moment by 3. Great to have you with us on this New Year's Day. Doyle steps back. Maybe that gets him going.
That man's not going to stay quiet for long, surely. Sometimes, Joey, all it takes is to see one go down.
That's right. Oh, they've been able to grind it out after a shaky start. The Jack Jumpers done a good job to grind it out, and he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple more. You heard the calls on the sideline. They thought he shuffled his feet to start with. But here's Milton Doyle. Step back. By and large, that was a reasonably well-defended play down here. Ooh, there was perhaps a hint of a travel, a whiff.
The Harlem Globetrotters coming down under for their World Tour in June and July this year. Of course, so much fun to be had at Globetrotters games for the entire family. Coming to a city near you, so get your tickets at hg2024.nbl.com.au. And of course, the QR code as well will get you there. Matt Yang gets 2 to go. Breakers by 2. Lost 8 consecutive games in this venue and only won once from 12 appearances. They did beat Tassie earlier in the season in Tassie, but that was up at the Silver Dome in Launceston back in round 8. They're 1-1 between the two teams this season. Doyle putting the moves on, getting to the cup but can't finish. And PJC flies down the floor in transition.
That would drive Scott Roth nuts. Not so much the fact that Doyle took 15 dribbles to get a shot off, but the way that being Drury gave up a layup in transition.
I think both would get him a little agitated. And that's what they've lacked. This possession not too bad, but just the ball movement. Get it side to side before they get into attack mode. Got a good shot that time.
Breakers at this stage of the game, at this stage of the season more broadly, looking very dangerous. Abercrombie to Matt Yang, another goes. 6-point lead to the Breakers. And that'll do for Scott Roth, who calls the snooze timeout. 57-51, 4 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in this third period. And we knew that Parker Jackson Cartwright and Jordan Crawford, they're both in the Little Big Man Society, Damon Lowry, and so far PJC's taken the chocolates.
Yes, PJC, the road runner, the human blur, can score from everywhere. How do you stay in front of him? You go under the screen, think he can't shoot it, makes you pay. You try to defend him in transition, and he also is a bit of a thief. Makes good passes in transition. Look, this has been the year, the 2023-2024 NBL season of the little big man.
Yeah.
We're not getting much of a resistance from my other guy on the other end, who's 0 for 2024, but PJC's making up for it. You better get some defensive transition rules. This is, let me introduce you, Drew, the Little Big Man Society. You have to be under 1.85. Now, I think some people lying on there.
Right.
We got Bryce Cotton, who I don't think 182 is legit.
What do you think of 180? Did you say?
Probably about 180. Pat Miller, don't get deceived by the size of his guns. He's a little bitty dude. He's shorter than Derek Rucker. Derek Rucker wants in on his society too. He wants in.
Well, you're the
he's too tall.
I think you're the president of the society. Who are you allocating the captaincy of that of your little man's team?
Going into this game, Jordan Crawford was the captain, but we're gonna have to have an AGM because I think some people are making a contest. And it might be the road runner.
Are you the coach or are you the general manager?
I'm the president. He's president.
President of operations.
Oh, word.
McVeigh with a turnaround. That's nice. Might be a bit of Jackie Moon, I reckon, David. He could be player owner coach.
We know what they are. They are very lucky based on what we saw with the try. If there was it. Well, the report that's handed out with one of your players in Gary Brown. Somehow or other, he's going to be eligible to play despite a couple of indiscretions.
Yeah. He came to the Little Big Man Society for representation, and we declined. Because he's guilty as.
You didn't think you could defend him?
We couldn't defend the undefensible.
Right.
Lamb at the free throw line. Breakers by 4. Let's go courtside. Narrowly Meadows.
Bit of a collaborative team approach that last time out. Plenty of players having their say from Tasmania, with New Zealand going on a bit of a run. And Scott Roth, the coach, he was just staying pretty composed and pointing out the basics. As Andrew Gaze pointed out during the call, they're making their layups, and Tassie are missing theirs at the moment. His last message to the boys, just keep working hard.
Hey, Nez, you've seen plenty of addresses across plenty of sports. Where does Mody Mayor's rank in that first quarter off the top of your dome?
As I said at the time, it was one almighty spray, but he clearly knows his players really well. To know that Anthony Lamb is the type of player who perhaps needed that rev up early in the game because he responded immediately. And as you know, working in all different sports, some players need it, some players respond, and some go back into their shells. So Mody Mayor clearly knows his players well. Absolutely,
he does. It was the right lever to pull at the time, and Lamb's continued to do good things. Parker Jackson Cartwright down the floor. Kruzlovic having a touch at both ends. 6-point breaker lead. Stavicius taps that one out of play.
What I'm liking about Montez Kid Vicious is that his defense, Drury, like even then, he got caught out. He had to close out to just under the foul line, and he walled up. He didn't do anything reckless. Like most 21-year-olds make some bad decisions in life on the court. He plays very poised, and I guess it goes back to those EuroLeague basketball he's been playing.
Jack McVeigh is wide open. Just about had the whole island to himself. Now Doyle on Abercrombie. Tries to stay in front of him, but Milton Doyle's too smooth with it.
He's getting it going. And like you mentioned, that 3 ball, he sees ones go in and builds up that confidence. But this is a small lineup. It's an aggressive one. It's a feisty lineup that JackJumpers have got on, but it's a small lineup compared to who they're up against. And even this mismatch right here.
Parker Jackson Cartwright, top of the 3-point line and the bottom of the net.
Gorgeous 2-man game. Now, Sean McDonald got caught out in no man's land. You think you're helping. You're not helping at all. You're not guarding anybody, and you're not helping anybody. All you did was give up a wide open triple.
With the fancy pass to Sean McDonald.
Oh, but just shut up, Damon, because his dimes being dropped and threes being made. Shawnee Mack answers back, Drewy.
5 of 6 for an equal career best 15 points. Off the behind-the-back pass from Anthony Drimmick, if you don't mind, as well. Now Abercrombie will try his luck. Why not?
Wow. Yes. Seen it go in. 52% now from the field after a slow start to this one. 38% from 3, which is solid.
Still only the 2 turnovers for the Breakers. Tassie have got 10. 0 between the two teams in the opening quarter. Drimmick joins in the party.
Everything was perfect. The switches was perfect. And then Mango got caught squeezing out of the corner, gave up a 3-ball, and everybody shooting the lights out.
It's the 3-ball that's keeping in this game. They're 11 of 17, Damon. But they have, this quarter here, have had all sorts of problems on the defensive end.
That was 7 points for the Breakers already.
That was an intentional foul to get some subs in. Abercrombie literally took one for the team as we look at some good play, some good extra passes. And Sean McDonald, if there was a 3-point shootout in the league this year, my money might be on Shawnee Mack.
That's a bold one.
From an efficiency point of view, Drew.
Okay.
So it's 31 of 61 on the season, so better than 50%.
He is right now. He's came into this one shooting at 47%, but the numbers have been good in this outing.
6-point game, the Breakers. Oh, lovely pass underneath from Jackson Cartwright to Dane Pinot.
Dane Pinot's such a smart player. He's always going to be in the right place at the right time. And with some of these mismatches, you can see that time they get a double team and they find Dane. And he does what he's supposed to do around the basket.
Oh, that was a loose pass.
It's a misread.
Stavicius came up with it. Breakers haven't scored more than 29 points in any third quarter this season. Liapa to Jackson Cartwright. McVeigh tracks down the rebound. Some fancy ball handling as well to keep it alive.
Don't forget, we have not seen Will McDowell-White. Up, here he comes.
Right on cue, Damon Lowry.
That's a tough shot.
Doyle can't make it. Steindl out there at the moment for the Jack Jumpers. Doyle, Bairstow, McDonald, McVeigh, Liafa, Jackson Cartwright, Rushtovicius, Pinot and Lamb for the Breakers. As we tick down toward three-quarter time, Rushtovicius, not that time. Tassie down by 8. Led by 6 at quarter time, all tied up at the half, and you can't leave Quinn Steindl open there.
Well, they hard show. They hard show, and Dane might have stayed out there a little too long, but it was almost impossible for him to get back, but they left the wrong guy open.
Somebody got to get the roller, Drewy, but like, so how about you just switch it? Switch the ball screen then.
Jackson Cartwright gets fouled.
Yeah, or just blitz it and stay up and double team it, make that harder pass. But Jackson Cartwright went to help out on the roller. And he left open a wide open Steindl.
Sean McDonald not happy with the call, picking up a warning.
Just a little push. Wasn't a lot in it, and you could see him moving forward.
Won't go for Jackson Cartwright. Correction, Breakers scored 33 in a third term earlier this season. Tassie haven't conceded more than 30. Breakers have got 30 in this quarter alone, having scored 40 to half-time.
Hey, that's a warning on Tasmania.
And it's going to have to be something special to end this third period. Scott Roth picks up a warning. What can Doyle do from beyond half court? He can't hit, and at three-quarter time, it's the Breakers in a building that has not been kind to them over the years. They lead the Jack Jumpers by 6 with a quarter to go. Three-quarter time in Hobart, and the New Zealand Breakers are making a run. They lead by 6. Milton Doyle's got involved. Sean McDonald has hit so many Mitsubishi Motors threes he could open a dealership in Hobart. He is 5 of 6 from downtown. Parker Jackson Cartwright's got going, but it is the Breakers 70 to 64, and that is green light city for Shawnee Mack.
Well, there's something to be said about that position on the floor for Sean McDonald. He can shoot it from anywhere, so I think that's more of a coincidence than any sort of personal preference. But when you look at this one, it's the three-point line that's kept the the Tasmanian JackJumpers hanging around. 12 of 19, 63% from the three-point line. That is outstanding three-point shooting.
Wide open look underneath for Cheatham, but he couldn't handle the pass. Lamb in the corner. Three-point barrage doesn't continue on that possession. JackJumpers 10 and 8. Breakers 7 and 9. New Zealand's won their past 3. They've lost 8 in a row here, and they are 1 and 11 in this building.
This is an interesting 5 that Scott Roth opens up with the fourth quarter. Jared Berestow is the 5-man. Now, okay.
Small ball. They're going small.
Yep, going very small. But this is the stage in the game when you got to realize that Jack McVeigh has 6 shots. Now, yes, Sean McDonald's shooting the absolute lights out, and this is a team game. But I need Jack McVeigh involved to make me feel comfortable about winning this game.
Crawford back out there. He's scoreless, and he's got 4 fouls.
Basket counts.
That one goes. Apple counts.
Shooting the act of shooting.
Whole stadium held its breath for a second there, and Jordan Crawford finally gets one to go. 1 of 8 from the field.
Whoever grabbed the screener right here. Have I got the right person, replay centre?
Isaiah.
Oh, the guy grabbing the screener, number 2.
Isaiah Liafa is called for the foul. So it'll be a side ball.
It's expensive. Points
Absolutely.
and possession.
Let's go courtside to Nerily Meadows.
We knew that the big man department was going to be a talking point in this one with the JackJumpers undermanned, and the coach Scott Roth put the pressure on heading into this one out after they were outboarded by Phoenix by 15 rebounds on Christmas Day. Well, that was a big focus for New Zealand in that third term, and they won the rebound count out to 8-5. And when that message was given to Mody Maor, he said, "There you go." As a big call is made here, Mody Maor not so happy with that.
Jack McVeigh fouled, shooting at 3. Thanks, Nez.
Foul discipline. Zylan Cheatham a little bit too long with his closeout.
Double jeopardy and 1. And the ball.
Hang on. He grabs the screen and pulls him back in active shooting. In active shooting. Active shooting.
You guys said no double jeopardy, huh? And now ain't 1 on the same 3.
Mody Maor, it was like a car with a broken transmission then. He was in 5th gear, he went back to reverse, and then he went straight, he shifted up.
Real quick. Now, this is the guy we got to get going, Drew. And like all it takes, he came out, he let that 3 fly, gets fouled, knocks all 3 of these down, and all of a sudden.
He's been efficient, 4 of 6 from the field. But you're right. He's looked like one that deserves a few more looks.
As he trailed by 6 at three-quarter time, they've lost their past 5 fourth quarters. They've gone on a 5-0 run to start this.
And I suspect it's only going to be a really short spell for Parker Jackson Cartwright. He's got the 20 points, and when the defense starts cranking it up, he's one that he doesn't need a whole lot of structure. If you just put the ball in his hands, and he can create shots for him and others off busted plays.
Beautiful from McDowell White on the move.
Man, you got problems on the ball screen. You think you're happy as an opposing coach when PJC sits down, but then you think, damn it, here comes Will McDowell White with his ball screen play. So Breaker's ball screen D, or sorry, Jackie's ball screen D's got to be tighter than this.
Issues on that end of the floor, uncharacteristically all season. Crawford inside, almost tossed it away. Liafa got a hand on it, and McDonald's got a new career high with 17.
He's a DP, if I'm not mistaken.
It's kind of a technicality. He's been around a while, but yeah, technically, he is a DP.
He's the nominated replacement player today for Will Magnate in the end to sort of go onto the full roster, even though he gets the minutes anyway.
Well, he's averaging 20.5 minutes a game, so he's DP on status, but not DP on productivity. Absolutely.
I love games like this. We got 8 minutes, a 1-point game. The team, Joel, that can play the most efficient, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, the team that exits all the things that you got to do. Everybody talks about basketball IQ. You need it right now for 8 minutes and 17 seconds. The smarter team, not necessarily the team that plays the hardest, but the team that knows how to execute will win this game.
Well, turnovers are a factor. As we mentioned, the Jack Jumpers had 0 in the first quarter. They're up to, they're up to 11 turnovers. So they had a couple of scary moments already in this last quarter where they've got away with a couple of actions.
Still just 2 for the Breakers as Lamb swats the shot of Crawford, but there's a foul on the play.
2 is extraordinary. To have played 3 quarters, or a little over 3 quarters of basketball and only have 2 turnovers in a game, that is really efficient by the Breakers.
Well, Joe, this is when I ask you.
I'm already onto it, David. Don't worry.
What's the lowest amount of TOs a team has ever had?
Find that for you. Here's Jordan Crawford at the line. He just wants to see the ball hitting the bottom of the net at the moment.
Drew, you can speak on this more than me, unless I go back to my Horsham Hornet days. But as a scorer, you know you're a scorer regardless of how much bricks you're throwing up there. So you think Jordan Crawford is going to be okay with his scoring ego to go out like this?
Well, I think right now, because the game's so close and the game's on the line, your focus is on the team score rather than your own score. But he also is acutely aware that if they're going to win, they're going to have to lift. Great pass. Will McDowell-White getting in and creating for others is his strength, but his vision and the way in which he can draw the defense, and you can only do this when you can be a threat. So he's a threat to make the layup. Lee has to commit. No rotation on the weak side, and there's a foul. Chris Fagan, he runner-up coach for the Brisbane Lions.
Had a proud Tasmanian.
Outstanding season coaching the Brisbane Lions last season.
And outstanding tenure since he went to Brisbane, of course, having spent his apprenticeship at Hawthorn. And
is this a chance for an upgrade? Is that what we're looking at here, Joel?
I think so. Just going to check whether a play was made on the ball on that last foul.
Have a look. To me, there was. I thought he was just going to try and... Oh.
No,
he stumbled a little bit.
The left hand went for the ball, then the right hand kind of followed through.
Well, because he just stumbled a little.
Yeah.
Now, there's definitely no intent to cause any damage. He only hits him on the shoulder.
I
don't think he grabbed him, though. Talking about grabbing him, I think he just hit him. To me, that's a regular foul, but I'm not confident that they'll see it that way.
So 73-74 is the referees.
Okay. Unsportsmanlike.
Have a look at this one, and it will be an unsportsmanlike.
Gee.
That is unfortunate.
No play on the ball and contact to the face.
Well, was there contact to the face? I must have missed that. I thought it was more to his shoulder, but no, certainly if there's been that facial contact, then I can understand why.
The left hand made a play on the ball. Then he stumbled and the right hand didn't. So the right didn't know what the left was doing.
So 76-73. Those 2 turnovers for the Breakers, Damon. If they hold, that would be a franchise record. Lowest is 4 against Adelaide, 2007-2008.
And
their most is 33. 33 in a game would have been an extraordinary outing. They lead by 3 here. Looking for a 4th straight victory. Cheatham working down low, goes straight into the chest of Crawford and then missed what was really a bunny in the end.
He bounced off the little big man. Modi's made an interesting sub. He's taken Will McDowell-White out, put PJC back in. I'm thinking, let's see them both together. Maybe give Isaiah Liafa a spell.
The Arthur Jackson Cartwright, Vucevic, Lamb and Cheatham out there. McVeigh for 3, ties it up!
What a game. What a game. Good vision. Jack McVeigh, we all know what his pedigree is when it comes to making clutch shots.
We saw these two go head-to-head in the semi-final series last year. New Zealand won that in 3. Lamb tosses that one up at the rim. That won't go. And this has got a certain feel about it this afternoon.
It's a nice field.
First game of 2024, and if there's more to come like this, we are all in for a treat. Tied at 76. Jackies led by 12 in the early stages. New Zealand have fought their way back. This man has been red hot! Sean McDonald, 20 points, a new career high, and he hands Tassie back a 3-point lead.
My God, man. Woo! What a game. Welcome to 2024, everybody. The Jack Jumpers moved that ball around. Everybody turned down a potential one-on-one ISO play just to move the ball, get an extra pass. And the breakers were recovering and rotating, but Druid had to rotate one time too many.
Yeah, and that's where you got to give the credit for the ball movement. Just had the defense continually chasing, and eventually the destination was a beautiful one with Sean McDonald, who's been lights out in this one. 7 of 10 from the field.
6 of 7 from downtown for Sean McDonald. 20 points. Previous career best was 15. That was earlier this season. He has had a day out. Tassie by 3 out of the snooze timeout. 79-76. And on the Harvey Norman replay, it's the Mac attack. Jack McVeigh and Sean McDonald knocking a couple of big shots from downtown.
Extra ball movement, trusting each other. Any one of them guys could have pulled up and everybody would have been okay with it, but they did the right thing by the game and it paid off.
Career best 20 for Sean McDonald. He and Parker Jackson-Cartwright lead all scorers on that number.
Well, Modi's made the change that you suggested, Damon, and that is bringing Will McDowell-White back in, and that's why. He creates for others. He makes others around him better, and he can find people with that elite passing.
Just over 6 minutes left in this ball game.
Sorry, Joe. Breakers show you a fake 2-3 zone, get out of it after a pass. They're trying to hide PJC because they don't want him defending the post. That's why Isaiah Liafa was in the game, is Marcus Lee. Go inside to the big fella and one.
It's up to 12 points.
Equal his season best. That's a strong move and a strong flex. Marcus Lee firing them up. Tassie by 3. Let's go courtside. Nerily Meadows.
Anthony Lamb, who's been enormous this afternoon for New Zealand, has just been getting both of his calves worked on by the physio. Modi Maor, I think, wanted him out there already, and you just picked up on the microphone. The moment that he stopped working on him, he said, go, get out there. So he wants his man out there.
He's had a good day, Anthony Lamb. Again, 17 points. Absolute bake in the first quarter. 6 rebounds as well, coming off a big double-double. Here's Jackson Cartwright. Oh, Stavicius over the top.
Huge.
Put back dunk and one.
Crashes the glass, trying to stuff it in. Just showing his athleticism. Had a nice runway. Crawford's got to do a better job of boxing out. And McDonald picks up the foul. Nice read on the rebound and great effort to crash the glass.
This game has everything. The only thing it's missing is a corner 3 by Nerily Meadows, but I'm sure she made some in the pregame. I'm up for some free basketball too, Drew. You got any plans for later on this evening?
No, not at all. Be more than happy. Here's this fake 2-3 zone that we were talking about.
5.5 minutes out. Damon Lowry's calling overtime. That is a bold proclamation to start the year off.
Ball is just so good right now.
Sean McDonald 5 on the shot clock. Doyle from way downtown. Matt Yang gobbles it up. 81 apiece. Halfway through this final term, the first game of 2024. Forget New Year's Eve, the fireworks have all been today. Lamb is fouled.
Ooh, you saw the double team coming. They've done a good job on Lamb. Lamb had the 15 points at halftime. Only has the 2 in the second half. But now we're getting down to money time. You saw McVeigh come in, and I think if you're going to commit to a double team, you've got to come aggressively. That time gets fouling on the box.
Foul discipline. You're going to get a heavy diet of pick and roll play, and you got 5 minutes to try to play D without fouling.
So 1 of 2 for Lamb. Doyle at the other end, almost walked, tossed it away.
That was a line ball. Looked like Doyle had already come down and landed on the ground before he got that pass off. Gets the benefit of the doubt.
Odi Mayor is incensed on the sideline, screaming that that is our ball.
He wants to challenge, but he wants to make sure he's correct. Lands and then passes.
So close.
So no challenge on the play. Crawford tosses it into the sky. Lee couldn't finish, but can the second time. Another lead change.
Big Lee, he don't get no shorter as the game goes on.
I like it. The on-ball situation with Lamb and Parker Jackson Cartwright, that's what they were trying to do on that left side. We saw it in the first half, either the pick and roll or the pick and pop. But Lee, a lot was asked of him with no Magnay, no Majuk, and Lee has stepped up.
Big time.
Big minutes, big production. Boy, free throws, the pressure.
They started the day off by giving up burgers, of course, the Breakers.
Mr. Boat.
Jackson Cartwright comes up with a donut.
76% free throw shooter.
Crawford steps back at the other end. McVeigh tried to put it back in. Lamb underneath, goes to ground, comes back up with it. Scott Roth screaming it was a travel. 8 on the shot clock. Matt Young now.
Travel. Pushing foul on Lee.
This Tassie crowd is going to blow the roof off My State Bank Arena.
Scott Roth wanted a travel, and then he wanted a 3-second violation. There's just a small push.
Tiny, tiny push. Oh, that's a proper push. Is it?
Not a lot in it. I think he was just a little off balance, and the small push then may have been exaggerated slightly.
Pushing foul on Lee. He called a blocking foul. Blocking foul? Oh, let's go. 5 fouls. Let's go. 5 fouls.
So Marcus Lee fouled out.
Ball, so I know what the foul
First double-double of the season for him.
5 fouls. You got to come out there.
And Marcus Lee fouls out.
What's the foul call? Blocking foul? No, he said he stepped on his foot. He said it's a blocking foul. Blocking.
Well, it's a push. It's not a block.
But he didn't step on his foot neither.
Well, if they're calling it a block, they might win this on a technicality.
The door is open.
Because it's a push, not a block. I don't know how they came up with the call of a block.
We got to put a stop to this nonsense. Was it a foul or not?
Well, it was a foul, but if they...
his foot, not a block.
He didn't step on his foot, so you're going to win that one here. So have a look. I don't know where they're saying there's a block. It's a push. It's a push, not a block.
If the refs make the wrong terminology on the call and you challenge it and then you lose, that's my definition, that's being screwed.
Well, I think they're going to win this challenge because it wasn't a block, it was a push. Now, it was a foul, so morally they should get the ball, but they might actually lose the challenge because of a technicality.
I want to challenge what you said. I say it again. Go back and think about it. Come back and tell me what...
If I go to court for a parking ticket and they say that I was speeding, I'm not going to take that lying down.
After review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call has been cancelled. New Zealand have the ball in time. They will get the ball on the baseline. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, to me, that's just an official error in the way in which they classified the foul, not the actual foul.
Marcus Lee has dodged an almighty bullet. But we got 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Let's not get distracted.
We've had 5 lead changes already in this quarter. Got a feeling we might have a couple more in the run home.
Somebody is going to be extremely stiff to lose this game. This is why I love basketball. I love quality teams when they're going at it like this.
So reprieve for Lee. He, Doyle, McDonald, McVeigh, and Crawford are out there for the JackJumpers. Jackson, Cartwright, McDowell White, Matt Young, Rupstavicius, and Lamb for the Breakers. Lamb puts up the 3 and it won't go. And this JackJumpers crowd can sense the urgency in the moment. McVeigh with a little fake. McDonald, another!
Outrageous. 7 of 8 from the three-point line. A career night for Sean McDonald.
2024 is the best year of Sean McDonald's life. 23 points. Breakers not out of business as McDowell White goes to the cup.
And that's what happens when you don't fully commit to him. He's good enough to finish it at the rim.
2-point ball game. McVeigh now. That won't go. Lee keeps it alive. McDonald passed up the open shot. Doyle knocked it down.
Well, I don't know what to say. This is just some high-quality basketball. Pressure shooting. Everybody hitting shots. Everybody's being unselfish.
16 three-pointers for the Jackies.
Of 25 is even more impressive. 60%, 64%.
It has been a barrage. McDowell White trying to bully his way inside. Jackson Cartwright almost intercepted in the passing lane. What an extraordinary shooting performance from this Tassie team. Mitsubishi Motors threes are plenty.
They're going to have to send a new stock of Sean McDonald jerseys down there because they're going to sell out after the day.
Oh. Here he is in the corner. Oh, McVeigh almost with the massive putback jam.
2 great opportunities. Again, the attack on the rim. Lamb gets caught napping and doesn't box out. And McVeigh, this is one that 9 times out of 10 he's going to make that. And based on what's seen from Sean McDonald, he's certainly going to make that 3-ball. One of the more wide open looks that he's had.
Still there for the Breakers. If good enough, they are certainly close enough.
There's a lot of possessions left in this game. Doyle with the silly foul 70 feet away from the basket. Puts Kid Vicious to the line for 2. The margin for error couldn't be any thinner.
89-86, down to the 2-minute warning in this ball game. McVeigh on the roll.
Gee.
That'll count. There was a hand in the net.
They're going to review it.
I'm reviewing the play. I've got basket interference with a hit in the net.
Well, They didn't disrupt or move the rim. Oh, gee.
You can't touch the net at all.
I think you... I'm not sure. Is that the rule?
We're about to find out. Somebody Google, can you touch the net in the game of basketball, and is it goal?
You're allowed to inadvertently touch the net. It's just as long as you don't disrupt the rim.
So they'll have a good close look at it.
Well, what is the rule? Well, again, this would be another one that you're thinking of the hoop gods, and morally, it shouldn't count because he just missed a wide open layup and it had no bearing. The touching of the rim had no bearing.
The touching of the net, you mean?
Touching of the net, sorry.
Yeah. You think about the missed free throws that the Breakers have had this quarter. They left a few on the table.
No basket. Okay. That's right.
So no basket and New Zealand ball. Of course, the NBL announced a rule change earlier this season. If a team hadn't taken clear control of the ball, that it would be a jump ball after a situation like that. So they've deemed the call can be overturned, and New Zealand had control of the ball, so it'll be a Breakers ball.
Common sense. A dub for common sense.
So 2 minutes to go. 3 points the margin. Strap in, folks. This will be wild down the stretch. 89-86 to the Jackies. Lamb's had himself a good afternoon. Parker Jackson, Cartwright.
Big shot.
Tied away at 89. Milton Doyle knows these situations well and handles himself beautifully.
The same way he started the game, Drewy, with a little floater down the key.
He's had a tough timer too. He's 5 of 14, but to maintain that confidence and self-belief in the most important moments.
Jackson Cartwright again, trading buckets.
But the urgency that these two teams are playing at is reflective of what this game means in the context of the overall season and where we're at right now.
Breakers with a 3-game win streak. Looking to force their way back into the conversation. The Jackies 10-8 on the season. Doyle's off. Lee keeps it alive.
That's tough.
Too tough for Doyle.
In the little thief. That's what we do, Drew. We wait for the big man to bring the ball down.
Matiang. Foul and one.
Jay.
Even Mango Matiang didn't know what was going on.
This is one that, again, we might get a close look at. First off, Sean McDonald, he's doing it at the offensive end. That is outstanding defense to keep Parker Jackson Cartwright in front. And Marcus Lee from that angle didn't do a whole lot wrong.
Call it, Drewy. What is it?
Well, from that angle, it looks like a charge, doesn't it? To me, that's a charge. They still have their review.
And Marcus Lee only has the one foul in hand. So at the moment, that is 5 fouls for Lee.
They got extra time out of Lee because he fouled out a couple minutes ago, but on a technicality, got to live another life. But here, Drury, I reckon he's just sliding. I don't think, no, he's sliding. He didn't get there.
Gee.
He was sliding like Michael Jackson.
Well, they're not even going to.
Video.
Scott Roth is not even going to have it. Not even going to challenge it.
So it's good night to Marcus Lee, who fouls out for the 3rd time this season.
60% free throw shooter. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Mango Matiang started the game giving away burgers, and he hits a critical free throw to put his side up by 3. 6 lead changes in this quarter, 94-91.
I want to see your bingo card. Show me that you had Mango Matiang with 16 points and hitting the possible game winner.
So much of the story's been about this man today. New career highs for Sean McDonald in every sense. 23 points, and he is 7 of 9 from downtown.
Well, they've needed it because they haven't got anything from their other scorer on the season, Jordan Crawford. And Sean McDonald has patiently gone about his business and been in the right place at the right time, played with a high basketball IQ. There you see the double team, the rotation, or the attempted double team again in rotations. It finds McDonald's hands, and he has been white hot from the three-point line, and just a smooth technique. 8 of 12 from the field, but it's the 7 of 9, which is the standout performance. Look at the shot chart.
He doesn't have to dribble on any of his threes. His teammates know who he is. They know how to find him. Everything's catch and shoot.
And you saw by those highlights, a lot of them just coming from the rotations.
Scott Roth handing over the reins to one of the assistants at that timeout as well. 91-94, Breakers by 3, Tassie ball, 33 seconds remaining. Jordan Crawford hasn't had his best night, but finds his best here.
Well, they didn't need a three. They needed a quick basket, and that's exactly what they got.
Half a minute remaining.
And Modi subbed in defense, subbed in Zaylee Alpha, subbed in Zylan Cheatham, and there's the 93.5-foot foul, Drewy.
Look at the shot. Look at the shot clock was down to 18 seconds as well. So they didn't need that foul.
So Jackson Cartwright.
Well, he's coming off 2 misses.
Yep.
From the free throw line.
Back toward the baseline, as you say, that they didn't have a lot of time to get that ball over.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a sub on the shooter, because this is Modi's best defensive lineup. Amber Cumbry checks in. Zylan Cheatham is out there. They're going to switch everything.
Oh, first one goes, but it was a nervous wait for Jackson Cartwright. So at the moment, it's Liafa, Jackson Cartwright, Abercrombie, Lamb and Cheatham for the Breakers. Crawford, McVeigh, McDonald, Krizlovich, Doyle for Tassie.
And you heard Modi. Oh. They're switching everything.
They both rattle in. 3-point game again. Have the JackJumpers got one more bite left in them? Crawford steps back, fires. Can't connect. McVeigh pulls it down. Crawford again. Not this time either. And the foul on Liafa.
Wrong guy to go to. He's had a horrific shooting night. 2 of 12, and needed to get others involved for that big play. A big ask when you're in that mode and you haven't been seeing the ball drop from the perimeter.
But what do you do, Drury? He knows he's got scoring in his DNA. And he could have swung it, though, because Shawnee Mack was on the left.
That's what I'm saying. Just move it on. And it's expensive. As you can see, they've got the timeout. So, again, they'll pull a timeout if this goes in to advance it.
Wow.
Liafa makes no bones of it. 98-93. Breakers by 5, 9.5 seconds remaining. And it's an uphill battle for the JackJumpers now.
And I think trailing it by 5, you've got to go to the 3. Scott Roth hands it over, and this would be predetermined. He'd have his coach that would know, would have all the scenarios drawn up, and he would know who he wants to go to and what type of shot they're looking for. So that's why you're seeing Scott Roth take a back seat on this particular play as they draw up the action. And on this one here, I think it's got to be Milton Doyle or Sean McDonald. Don't rule out McVeigh either. McVeigh's a big-time bucket getter. He's 2 of 4 from the three-point line. So they have options, and it's surprising that you would say this. Jordan Crawford, to me, should not be the priority, as he's now 2 of 13 and 0 of 4 from the three-point line.
And shout out to Jack Fleming. Jack Fleming from Melbourne. I coached against him under 16s on the Friday night drill. He was at Diamond Valley. Who knew that he would one day be the guy drawing up the play in the last 10 seconds of a thriller?
98-93. Breakers by 5. Drinks at the Last Chance Saloon now for the JackJumpers. Jackson Cartwright pokes it loose from McVeigh. It'll be a Tassie ball.
That surprised me a little that they were going for the 2, because you're going to play the foul game. It's easier to shoot free throws when you're 3 up than it is when you're 2 up. And they're going to review this one, and it's definitely a JackJumpers ball.
And Sean McDonald got away with the great little block.
Definitely need a 3 now.
Modemeor and Scott Roth can only sit and wait. See Will Magnay on the bench, not out there today.
Now, this to me comes off Parker Jackson Cartwright. There, it's clear as...
He threw it out of bounds.
Clear as you can see.
So 5.4 seconds remaining. Crawford, McVeigh, McDonald, Krislovich and Doyle. 6.2 it'll be as they wind up. So that's the 5 for Scott Roth. They've got a 5-point deficit to make up. McVeigh for 3. He's hit some big shots this season. That one won't go. And it's new year, same breakers. They roll into 2024 and pick up where they left off in 2023. A 4-game win streak. Their first win in this building against Tassie, and their first win in their past 9 in Hobart.
And how tight this game is. If you can cast your mind back to that play, they're up 3, and we got Sean McDonald with a wide open 3 in the corner who's been wide off. He misses, McVeigh misses that dunk, and it changes from there. That one play set, and they come down, and full credit to the New Zealand Breakers. They found a way to get it done, and Parker Jackson Cartwright is a superstar.
Absolutely he is. He's with Nerily Meadows.
27 points and 6 rebounds as well, if you don't mind. You're down by double digits in this one. You'd lost 8 in a row in this arena. Can you speak to the heart that your boys showed today?
We want to win. It's simple, you know. We practice hard every day. We don't miss a beat, you know. We come in, we work hard, we listen to our coach, our leader, Modi, and we trust in each other, and, you know, the results are paying off.
On that very point, he dished out one of the almighty sprays to Anthony Lamb early in this one. A smile on your face. He came out to play after that, though he clearly needed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total team effort, you know. We just came in, we want to win. That's all I got to say, for real.
The rebounds brought a smile to your face, 6 of them, but you also had some huge plays late in this one, a big 3-pointer as well. How much does it mean to you to step up in those big moments?
I just want to do whatever it takes to win the game, you know. This wasn't pretty. You know, they had us down. It felt like they made every shot they took. The ball wasn't really bouncing our way, but, hey, we just stuck and we fight.
Perfect start to the new year. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Parker Jackson Cartwright, 27 points, 10 of 18 shooting, and as Nez said, a big 3 down the stretch as well. And that's an important win for the Breakers. They're 4th in a row, and a chance to go second slips out of Tasmania's grasp. New Zealand moved to 8 and 9 on the season with a 98-93 win in Tassie. We'll break it all down next.